What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Tilt City here on the FSI DFS YouTube channel. I am Alex Hooper, joined by my buddy Tom Stoss. And Tom, what took you to Tilt City this weekend?
It would have to be Tottenham actually waking up and showing their beautiful, wonderful side, who I've never had any criticisms about. I love them; they're so good. They finally did this, and I was busy helping moving a friend out of his house, so I missed it completely. How it translated to DFS, we'll see. But I would have liked to have seen them pull out a 4-0 win. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, especially because you got the Bale goal in the first minute, and kind of at that point, I mean, you knew it could have gone either way. They could have sat behind the ball and played 90 minutes in Mourinho ball instead of 79 or whatever, but it was all right. That's not the worst thing.
No, I kind of go fishing for it. The only thing that really bothers me these days is FIFA. Other than that, that's the only thing I can't bring any success to myself in.
You've been
Everything else is okay.
Been playing on ultimate difficulty.
I'm legendary. I'm bad. I'm really not good. So yeah, that's even legendary is a problem.
If you can play well on legendary, that's fine.
Yeah,
you're not bad if you're good on legendary.
All right, we'll see. What took you to Tilt City, man?
Oh, you want to know?
Yeah, tell me all about it.
So I had a really good weekend until the last 20 minutes. We're recording this. The Liverpool match just ended. So I was about to take down the dollar and the 25 cent and everything I played today when Roberto Firmino scored, and the not Sane, the Mane assist also helped me in a ticket, which luckily I won. But yeah, I went from about 150 from first plus the residuals to $35 in that contest. So I mean, I almost doubled up my money, but takedown would have been a lot more fun. And they gave it to Firmino, and it sat there for 17 minutes before they decided to change it. So Opta sent me to Tilt City.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what the own goal looked like.
I didn't see it.
If it can be that confusing for that long, just give it to the guy from the other team. I don't know. I'm sure there's a good reason, but for my friend Alex, let him win.
I also had a lot of Region, and he set up the Lucas goal, which was the only goal on the slate that I didn't have exposure to, unless you're talking about Keane Bryan and the own goal, which is a surprise because I've caught about 4 straight slates of own goals.
Yeah, congrats. You finally broke that.
That streak. Yeah. But they didn't give Region an assist either, which also would have helped me big time. So let's go to the tape. Again, it was an okay weekend. I did all right. I pretty much had all of the matches pegged except the one that we're going to start with. Computer's being weird and I can't see your face. But so it was this one. I loaded up on Brighton on Saturday. And so, of course, I ran back some GPP lineups with some West Brom. I wasn't going to sell out, but we can get into that later. But essentially, I knew how this was going to go. It's just how it always goes. I was at the beach. And,
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So who cares? You're at the beach. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't as fun as it sounds because it's Florida and people started showing up in mass and started crowding us, and we left because there is a pandemic still happening. But yeah, we were there for 20 minutes. We drove an hour. We were there for 20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. So Kyle Bartley scores, which of course, it's going to be whatever West Brom center back that you don't pick is going to be the one to score, especially if you're Andrew Laird. But I didn't have any Conor Gallagher, so whatever. So of course that happens. I'm like, yeah. And by the time I actually looked at my phone, I saw that Pascal Gross had not even had his penalty saved by Johnstone, who I had a lot of, but I saw he hit the woodwork, and I had 100% Gross. So I knew kind of where this was going. Luckily, the rest of the day wasn't horrible. But yeah, that's the only one. The Gross stuff was Gross for DFS. I think, yeah, there was one guy from this game that stood out for me above what you see here. It won me something. We'll get into that in a second. Villa, I guess I shouldn't say I had the day pegged because I didn't expect Villa to have any sort of an offensive threat. And again, here's some more guys that I had no exposure to. I didn't get to El Ghazi, even with no Barkley and then Ollie Watkins. I had a lot of Bamford. I went to Bamford a lot because basically how I went into this slate was I'm going all floors because I didn't expect many goals. And then I was going to try to catch the rest. And I went to Bamford a lot to try to catch them, not El Ghazi. And I would have gone to Watkins had I gotten any exposure to Villa, but that's just not where I wanted to go. So I don't remember much of what happened from this game. I know all the Sharps had Luke Eiling. I don't know why.
Because he does stuff because he's active. Yeah, I had him in a couple spots too if I could afford to pay up.
He did get to the wing, which that this is not the setup that I saw when I was putting my lineup together. I think the initial
okay. Yeah, you had talked about him like you thought you'd be in the middle or something, right?
Yeah, I thought he would be in the back three, so I didn't get to him. But of course, Sharps did because they're sharp. And then this was my favorite game of the day because I played Jamal Lascelles just about everywhere at 2,500. And I had some Ruben Neves and I had some Neto. Traore was great. I had some of him, but I really, I think I had a decent day, but I couldn't do much here. So let's take a look really quick at the slates from, let's see, really quick. Here's cash. I managed to beat Blender, which, I mean, most of it is because of this, but Joel Veltman is the guy I was talking about from, he was just the guy who stood out. Mid only 6,300 isn't great, but I thought he would get some crosses in. So we were the same here. I kind of knew that was coming. He talked a little bit about Pereira. I was always on Pereira for better or for worse. I just thought that was the kind of game we were going to get, so I went there. Veltman is where I lucked out. He loves Helder Costa, and I do too. And 5,500 too. Like that's a decent upside there. So
but there's a reason he's 5,500. Yeah, I don't he had a couple out like good spots there, but
early.
Yeah, and I think that's just he's been like really back ever since. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see that one. But hey, it when it works out, it'll work out beautifully.
Right. Yeah, he's. I mean, it's one of those things where he's so much like everyone else on the slate.
Yeah.
So 5,500 and against Villa, who I didn't think was going to do much. Like I understand the play very much so there. Kraft on the outside to pair with Dubravka, El Mohammedi, if I could pronounce that. I was on him early in my cash lineups, and then I pivoted because I didn't have Shelby. And I think actually trying to get to Veltman is what kind of changed things and how I shifted down. So that's why I went down to Konsa thinking, like, how much more is El Mohammedi going to get than Konsa? And turns out none at all. So, and I don't think Blender is checking my $5 head-to-head to make swaps late in the day. So I had that benefit. I kind of figured his lineup was going to sit the way that it was because, like, there's no reason for him to go into a $5 against somebody and try and win that $5. He's got bigger fish to fry. So I knew that was coming. So, all right. So we were both in dime time. Here are our GPPs. And this was, this is you. This is you.
Oh, this is my best one.
This was your best. So you want to take me through your thought process here? It's pretty cashy. Sure. I mean, like it's that would have been a fantastic cash lineup.
Let me just take a look. This is one of the ones that I sort of do where I take my cash lineup and sort of tweak it here and there and see where I can get. This is a combination of that and also switching out keepers too.
Right. I do plenty of that. Yeah. That's kind of my approach is cash lineup, make switches, switch keepers. Especially yesterday. I went with a couple of stacks, but so yeah, I mean,
This is like you see Shelby down there. He was in my cash lineup. I don't know if I had him at utility necessarily, but I had him floating around just because I would need him.
I will just say again, really quick. I think it's very interesting that you do this with your 16th lineup as opposed to that's the first thing I do. Yeah, and that's not a criticism. Like it's just interesting to me because that's not how it goes through my brain. To me, it's like, all right, so I know this has a good floor. How can I pivot off of this floor? So I'm interested to see where like your 2 through 10 are. But go ahead. Sorry.
I think this one is late too because I was kind of counting out Aston Villa, and I finally realized that I needed to work some them, and so that's why you see El Ghazi here
That makes
and
sense.
Martinez,
That
and
makes sense.
so that's why that came a little later. But yeah, right. So you see Rafinha and Gross up top. I for some reason, I mean, I just figured Leeds would do more, so that's why I had what's it, Tyler Roberts? Yeah, he's had a couple of good ones in there, so I figured he'd be worth something. And
More expensive than Helder Costa.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, joke's on me, right? Wow.
Well, I don't think Costa was in the initial projection, so like,
okay.
I wasn't going through and seeing Robertson being like, yeah, I got to shift over to Costa, even though he was on the outside and was cheaper. I didn't make that connection, so.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, the defenders, that's exactly what I had in cash. And I think maybe everywhere, unless I like had a few stacks here and there. But this was a day where I was like, oops, I played the same guys throughout. I hope nothing bad happens.
Right.
And it almost did. Because I confused Dan Burn and Louis Dunk. I thought for a second that he's the one that took that called back free kick. I almost tilted at that, but it ended up just being funny.
Yeah. That's good when that's what it ends up. Let's take a look at mine really quick.
Sure.
It was just, this was more a Wolves stack, one of my few. I went to it a couple times. I got real lucky with Llorente. That's a Gator call. His boy.
Oh yeah.
That's an inside joke. It's for us. Me flipping off the camera, but you're in the Discord now though, so you'll see it. You'll see it pop up every now and then.
Right. Yeah.
So that was a great call from him. He was very active at center back. 3% owned, fantastic.
If I came off anyone at defender, it was to him or I think that was it. Yeah, just him every once in a while, or Ailing a couple times. But yeah, it was a lot of Llorente too.
Good on you. Yeah. But yeah, so I was paying down for Johnstone to get up to NATO and have Gross and Pereira and be able to get to Neves. Willian Jose was just a lot of striker prayers in my. He was my other guy other than Bamford, where I was trying to catch goals, and then so I paired O'Shea with Johnstone, and then Llorente fit. So that's why I went to him there. Let's take a look at the top lineup from yesterday in Dime Time. Of course, it's a West Brom stack.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
And Gallagher.
Right.
This is why I love Dime Time, man. Also, again, cheapest keeper, 10% owned. Wild.
I mean, and it's like there was not even like a worry that he would go negative here. It's like
no.
I think they would handle them just fine. Like this could easily have been a 1-1 or a 2-1, and he would have still been okay.
Right.
Was he
the cheapest keeper? He had to have been.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
42 is pretty high for a cheap keeper, but I think they were all like 42 to like what? Who was like 53 or something for Sanchez? 54?
Yeah, something like that.
Great job. If there's anything I learned this weekend, it was, and this is a new thing. I've never realized this before, but like, don't pay up for goalkeepers. Just don't do it. Like it's worthless. Don't do it. I'd never thought of that before.
I think I'm starting to have mixed results with going the cheapest guy. Not on Saturdays so much, but it's like maybe you want like the second to bottom. I don't know if it's
well. Just wait until we get to today because I have a theory.
Yeah. Okay.
So all right, let's look at this one. I'm sure it's Bartley. Cool. So like if you got this one doesn't have Bartley, so this is a good one to look at because that's stupid and I hate it. Martinez, great. You paid 400 more for him. That's fine. Doesn't, it's kind of whatever. Neves goal, which I caught that. El Ghazi was the big one. I think El Ghazi will probably make the cover looking at this. And then maybe I'll just put a whole ass load of keepers. It'll just be a keeper cover. But yeah, El Ghazi, Neves.
Put Lee Mason up there. He's the MVP, man. I love Lee Mason now.
Wait,
just totally failing and responding to bullying and calling off that goal and then going to I love him, man. That's what we need more of in the Premier League.
But just giving into bullying.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you know that you can get away with it. Look, if you can throw a tackle and flop, why not be able to bully too? It's just as psychological.
It's a free for all. Here's my second best. The last lineup I built was 40th. It was Neves found his way into a lot of my lineups late. Wow, I got really dark. This was trying to get Bamford in there. So my two best lineups were where I was trying to get to goals and didn't get them. Riddle me that. It was probably because I was paying down for keeper. But yeah, same sort of stuff. Rafinha, a lot of cash, just a lot of cash. Neto had a good day. We keep going down. There's yours that we looked at. I want to look at a couple more. There's you again. All right, this was your 9th.
Yeah. Okay.
Villa stack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is where I had El Ghazi this day just because I think I had him right out the gate, but I didn't know who the set taker was on Villa, so I had to kind of just scramble and could have had someone not Traore in there because I thought he was going to be the one doing it. That's what was really killing me about this. Like, if I had known that, I would have just played El Ghazi as the set piece taker or as as that guy.
Right.
But yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is confusing because I just said I did all of my Sevilla stuff last. I guess I just did a stack and then we did mini stacks with the cash one. Listen, man, I don't know.
No, it's fine. That's why I do this.
There's a confounding factor in this that maybe I'm going to the bottom of my lineup, so you might see like 20 might be first sometimes. Gotcha. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you seeing this right here?
Oh, yeah. What? Okay. What are these?
We were past apart. So this is my cash lineup. No, it wasn't. Apparently, the first thing I built in Dime Time was this.
Tiana prayer.
Oh, you know what? What happened was I made this for a satellite. I made this for like you have to get first.
Right.
That's what I made this for. So it was a slight West Brom stack with Flores and Rafinha and Gross and Shelby, and of course Lascelles was the guy who got me there. So I have a feeling this is going to be a lot different. Yet we were 0.02 apart.
This is a weird one. This is weird. I'm looking at this one, and this. I mean, I know why I went Moutinho because I'm dumb, but I like the
It's the only reason to play him in a GPP. I had him in all of mine. Right. I got off of him late. Really late.
Yeah. So like Basuma, like I thought that Brighton was going to do something more. So I don't know. I was throwing there's a lot of mid cheap guys for them that I was rotating around, and I think this is one of them with Neto getting him in there.
This is like a quintuple condom lineup. We talk about double condom lineups where you play like too much cash, and that's like Rafinha, Gross, Neto, and you can do that. Like it's fine with this slate. Like you can do it, and it's fine. I'm just trying to block the light. This is weird. It's just like there's a lot of floor here and not a ton of upside.
Yeah, I guess there are guys
but like whatever. I gravitate to him a lot too on Brighton slate. So
yeah, I don't know. I guess it's probably these like 14 guys it could have been a lot better if it was a guy who pulled in 20 or something like that. Yeah.
If there were no goals on this slate, like this would have been a top 10 lineup. Yeah.
I'm trying to was there a guy at like 4,000 that was a much better play? I can't think of someone off the top of my head.
I don't remember. I've already.
But like John Joe Shelby would have done me a lot better here than Moutinho. So.
Well, Jamal Lascelles.
That's one. That's certainly one of them.
Yeah. I had that, and I don't know if it was Gator on his video or the RotoWire guys talked about the Moutinho, Shelby, and there was a third guy in there where it was just kind of. I think it was RotoWire.
Yeah.
It was Barkley. It was Ross Barkley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And they were talking about kind of how it was all. Shelby was one, and I think Barkley 2, and Moutinho 3. Like, don't play Moutinho. What I've learned is just don't play him in GPPs. I don't like him. All right, so here's another one of my William Jose lineups. I had Lascelles, so naturally I'm up here. I tried to pivot off of Gross here, but really what happened was it was the Traore thing. Not much to look at. Not really a whole lot to learn from that. But yeah, that was my build, was I'm going to get off of him, maybe get some sets, maybe get a goal here because I was expecting goals. And I got him one. And it was just from Jamal Lascelles. Lascelles and God, who scored for Wolves? Neves. That was the only goal exposure I got on this slate. So here's Lascelles. This was the Brighton stack, which served me well. Like
this is one of the ones that this worked out.
It wasn't bad. Like this was in first. This was the one that we talked about where I was in first after. Hey, look, the Enchanter. Good man. Got some Floor, got some Trossard, got some Saiss. Joel Linton. Wow, Joel Linton actually got there.
Oh, whoa! Look at nice. I had him in a couple spots, but I moved him out for some. Like I think I found some value and moved him out. Damn.
We did it again.
I got you on that one. All right.
But by 0.02. All right. So okay.
The other one was about that close too. Oh, look,
it's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. It was 0.02.
Yeah.
We had 2 lineups at least that were.
Oh, I did get Joel Linton. There he is. I got him in the one. All right. Yeah.
There's your Ailing, and then you went for Bamford too. So this slate sucked.
Yeah. I don't know what this one is. Just like it's just taste of Brighton and taste of Leeds, and it didn't really pan out except to beat you by 0.02.
Yes, of course. Completely different lineup for me.
Yeah. Jeez, that's wild.
Our buddy Sanchez.
Oops. There's paying up.
But I paid down here, so it evens out. Neves, Neto. If William Jose would have scored, I would have had a day. So let's see. Let's take a look.
If Basuma would have scored, I would have had a day.
Yeah, the same. Well, no, not same, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's see. A little more of a lead stack. This was me leading you wrong in Traore. If you would have had El Ghazi, this lineup would be much higher.
It's okay though. You're all right. This is one of those ones where I tried to work in Ailing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I get Tyler Roberts. I just was crossing my fingers on being one of the few guys to have him. Not today. Got
some Floor. Got your Gallagher assist.
I think this was the only one that had Gallagher, which was mostly just a holdover from last week because he had a great week.
Gotcha. All right, I'm tired of this slate. You ready to move on?
Yeah, let's get out of here, man.
All right.
Enough of this.
Let's
look at today, which was could have been worse for me, but
it
worked out.
So, really quick, let's look at this first. Let's look at the early slate. I played that. I did a lot of Fulham chasing, and you can see how that worked out for me. I did make some Arsenal stacks late. So Yuri Tielemans was core with no Madison.
Oh, okay.
He was on sets. I actually had some David Luiz because he was 2,500. So I actually got 2 days in a row of $2,500 center back gold. How about that?
Nice.
I had some Willian. I had some Lacazette. I had some Pepe. Let's see if I actually had them together as soon as I stop blocking the screen with the top of my Zoom. Waiting.
Did no one even come up with a good floor on Fulham?
That's my top shot. Oh, did I goof? All right, I closed the wrong one. Don't look at my browser history.
This is where I should be able to riff and come up with something funny. Oh no, here we go. We don't have to worry.
No, this is wrong.
No.
We're gonna go. You're gonna see how much I'm winning currently. We're gonna go into the depths. All right, here it is. Goodness gracious, you are seeing live production. Okay, so I finished 5th in the dollar.
Okay.
Oh, I tied with. Wow, Gator ran a train.
Wow.
Is this the same lineup? Yep, it is the same lineup. Twinsies.
Ha.
Right. Okay, so I caught the Pepe goal. Caught the Tielemans goal.
Nice.
Loftus-Cheek was good. Paid down for Gaeta.
Okay.
Townsend fit. This was my 17th lineup. All right. So what was the thought here? I obviously started with Lookman and Tielemans because that was the core. I got to a lot of Pereira, which burned me. He played very far forward the other day.
Okay, yeah.
Townsend was kind of my other floor guy. But this is the one where I just got off of Fulham the most. I think that's all that really happened here.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, I only got the Pepe exposure, and that was that? No, and the Tielemans goal. So I only got 2 goals out of 4, and I still wound up 5th.
Oh, okay. This is pretty tight. All right, I was wondering how someone pulled in first, and it's by 2 points is how.
Right. Yeah. and it was because Laka and Willian had he
Yeah.
apparently had 2 assists, but they didn't give him one. So yeah, I mean, what made the difference? Oh, because he had Pepe too. All right, so yeah, you got all 3 of the guys you needed from Arsenal, and then if you didn't get David Luiz, I'm sure someone up here did. There's the big 3. There's
Not even
big 3.
Nope. Nope.
No one. And
These
were all the same lineup. I think I found one that had David Luiz. No, Xhaka. I switched to Xhaka.
Oh.
I went up somewhere. So yeah, it's just a bunch of Arsenal stacks. 2-game slate, you can generally figure it out. But let's look at a couple more. El Nene, I think, again, I switched up. But I got the big 3 plus Lookman. And I got Gaeta. Fantastic. Man, I swear, did I get off of David Luiz everywhere? Yeah, see, like this was most of my lineups. A lot of Arsenal, or a lot of Fulham stacks. I did play a lot of Nacho and Vardy together. That didn't do me well. But yeah, so like I had a good day here, as you can see. I'm like in the top quite a bit. Apparently I won $30 on 20. So Maja Ayu. Wow, I really didn't get to him, huh? I swear I had him in a couple of lineups. But yeah, see, like I was seeking out goals in that Fulham Crystal Palace game, and I didn't find a whole lot of them. So
they didn't come. Yeah, go figure.
Okay, so yeah, that was this morning. So let's get into the good stuff. This slate was exactly what I thought it would be.
I thought that Liverpool and then Tottenham would have been reversed.
Yeah.
The outcomes of that.
I agree, but I scripted for both. I got to nobody in this game generally, except one person in one of my better lineups I got to, who is kind of funny because I'm dumb. But so Spurs, you get Bale from Son, Kane from Bale, Mora. Like, of course, it's very Spursy. It's the 4 attackers. That's who's going to score for him. Not a lot from Burnley. I took down a GPP in the showdown, Spurs Burnley. I played Bale captain, Son, Kane, Ndombele, Davinson Sanchez, and some guy who I don't even think was in the Burnley team. Because he was 3,000, and that was the only way to make it work. Oh, Kevin Long. I played Kevin Long.
Okay.
So he could have played, but I won. So it was the only way to make the build work. So I was like, screw it. But the problem is all the good stuff was closed. All I was left with was a $1 entry that had a 2 max and a $50 prize pool, and the same thing for a 25-cent, where I won like $3.50 for winning the whole thing or something like that. So
winning is winning.
Yeah, sure. I guess
as somebody has said in some time in history, winning is winning.
Yeah, nothing going on here. 45 minutes out of Reece James. De Gea was great. Mendy was great, whatever. So then in this one, you got the Curtis Jones goal, who 4,400, you could find your way there. I'm saying that because I did. And then this was the Firmino from Mane, which was a bummer. I had exposure. We'll see it. I had exposure to pretty much everything. So let's take a look at today. We'll start with the first lineup. Son did better than Kane. This was basically what you should have been doing. It's how I went into the slate, and I should have been much higher. But basically, you should have found ways to stack Spurs and Liverpool, like just alternate, and that's what you wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do coming in, and that's how it worked out. So, and then Shaw probably should have been your third team, unless you were punting, yada, yada, yada. So Son was better than Kane. If you got to Bale, you cashed. If you got to Curtis Jones based on that. So, yeah, did he get every goal on the slate? Considering one was an own goal. No, he didn't get the Kane goal, but with 2 assists and some set pieces, Son was better anyway, so you didn't need him. Lucas was cheap enough. Robertson is swappable, I think, for TAA today. Nice punt here. Lloris, whatever. And then Shaw. The reason I say Lloris, whatever, is because here comes Harley. Hi, buddy. every keeper I think was in double digits. I don't know if Ramsdale finished there. So like, well, except Pope, our guy,
right. Yeah,
the
of
one
course.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, here's Mendy.
Yep.
Mendy.
Yep.
De Gea, 17.
That's a
Our
good
boy
one.
Jack Graves, Ramsdale, double digits. Yeah, so
Even Rams. Oh my god.
Pope was the only one who didn't get double digits. So
Yep.
truly, goalkeeper does not matter. But yeah, so mostly you're going to get Spurs stacks, which makes a lot of sense. So let's look at mine really quick. All right.
Okay.
I went with both Liverpool. So this was the Liverpool stack, and I got Bale. Great. I had that kind of in mind because I thought Bale would be on most of the set pieces. I obviously didn't expect for him to put up 2 goals and an assist, but here we are. Vidra came close. I was cheering for him, and now that I see where I am at with this lineup, I wish he would have scored, especially because I really wanted. I didn't get a lot of Hugo Lloris, so I was kind of hoping that he would concede to Vidra. And also, I should have had an assist here, but I didn't. So that's my Liverpool stack. I fell this far, huh? So this was the one that I was cruising with. I guess I wouldn't have taken it down, but I mean, I should have had a goal here. So 134, I would have been up here somewhere. But yeah, aside from Lucas, I would have had every goal on the slate. Yeah. And still, I had all but every goal with Lucas on the slate. So, again, I'm not, just to explain these lineups, I'm not going to a whole lot of Spurs if I don't think they're going to score. I had some Region, but a lot of it was me trying to find ways to get stacks of both teams. This was a late swap more than likely because this was Reece James. He didn't start, swapped him out. Tried to get some Kovacic in there. Wasn't actively trying to stack Chelsea, especially with my first lineup. So there's no way that this started anywhere near looking like this. I'm sure it started with Bale, Kane, Shaw, and I built from there. I did try to get to Curtis Jones quite a bit, and that paid off. But here's my last lineup. This one changed. Front three, TAA, that's where it started. Then I had to pay down, and then I was going to pay down to punt here, and I had to fill with these two. I want to say James was in the projected starting lineup, so I got to him.
Okay.
Bale, Kane, and Dombele. Adrian, here's your Mane again.
Mane, yeah.
So yeah, same sort of things. I was just trying to stack. What did Gator do? Here in the dollar, he went to Ollie Norwood. Wow, 4.7 at 3.2.
All right.
Dude knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So basically, you can play cash in these low stakes because you get lower ownership than you should have, which makes sense. The fact that Ndombele is 21.9% owned, I know he's 3-1 and favored, but like he's not that far off from Son. That's the kind of stuff you get here.
Yeah.
Like Lloris at 5,600, almost as owned as Son. Where like the thought should be, okay, if Spurs are going to be okay enough to where I want Lloris at 28%, then you would want their set taker at least. So it's it's weird. You can get there, but different stack, went to Pope, went wrong for me.
Yep.
Not a whole lot to look at. What did Jack do? All right, full Spurs stack. I would guess that this was James. And he switched down, which that's a brilliant lineup. Oh, no Bale, though. But I guarantee he has the same lineup with Bale here and whatever salary he needed to fit. So then I was way down here. So what else did I do? Number 2. Played Reece James. Got
okay.
10 points.
I mean, yeah, sure. Good for him. Efficient.
Yeah, 45 minutes of work. Yeah, I just missed it. I thought I swapped all my Reece James lineups. Apparently I didn't, but I went on a walk and I want to watch that match because I thought it would be 0-0. And I'm like 4 for 4 when I think a match is going to be 0-0 and I go on walks and they end up 4-4 or 0-0. Bale, Kane, yeah. There has to be something on here where I got a little different. There's Gator and another train. What'd you do? Floor. The double cheap guys here got up to pay. I can see how that would have worked.
It's pretty cashy.
Yes and no.
I guess Chilwell's kind of, yeah.
Set taker.
Yeah.
Did Mount start? You weren't getting him. No Bruno. You didn't want to get there. I mean, this is Floor City, which is great.
Right.
So full Spurs stack, but apparently I didn't want to pay up. I wanted Firmino because I'm prescient and I knew he would score. I just didn't know that they wouldn't give him the goal.
You didn't know it was a rigged league.
So
how could you ever know?
The funny thing is every Liverpool slate, I will play Firmino and he'll never score for me. And today he scored and I'm like, he finally did it. And they took it away.
No,
but he'll
score. Supposed to happen.
He'll score against Spurs in a 1-0 game. He'll head one home in the 88th minute when I'm not playing him in the big one. He was always the guy where I'm like, yeah, Liverpool's going to roll, but if I can get a 1-0 win from Firmino, I'm going to at least win $1,000. But today was the day, and then they stripped it away from me. You know, Roberto Firmino was my first gold in Ultimate Team. Speaking of.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no, I didn't know that.
He was with Hoffenheim at the time, and I loved Roberto Firmino, and now he abuses me now.
Yeah, you can only ever recommend him when you know you're not going to play him, because that's the only time.
It's wild, man.
It's a rigged league, I'm telling you.
It is.
Trying to keep us down.
Here's a United stack, but I got to bail. Fantastic. I beat myself by 0.2.
Hey, look at you.
Same lineup, just one switch.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, not much to get into. This was the early one again. And here's my top shots again. I'm making a lot of money. Yeah. I didn't ask you about your cash lineup today.
I just barely squeaked through because, I guess I pulled in 7th in the one. I don't know. Robertson came to life. It was looking pretty hairy for a while because I just totally looked past Bale. It's because I've watched too much Spurs to think that they'll ever put 4 goals in and not concede one too.
I don't know why you were getting to Bale in cash today, to be honest.
In cash, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he was cheap.
Yeah. That's about it. But there was plenty more going on. If I wanted to be I'm sick of Mo Salah like I am, I could have done it there. But I did not cash anyway. Of course not. I gotta get that guaranteed goal in there. So I had him up there. Had Curtis Jones. Go ahead.
Nice. Not to give away what I'm going to do in the future, but I'm playing Mane over Salah at this point.
That's it was in my mind, but I couldn't remember. I didn't have a really good reason to do one or the other, and I don't think the money got me anywhere. So
gotcha. I'll give you a reason to play him straight up.
Sure.
He is cheaper. That's great. I bet he won't be for longer, but I think his floor is marginally better right now, and he's going to be less owned, probably 100% of the time in cash.
That's okay. That's a good point.
So all things equal, that's the first thing you want to change, I think.
He was 30% in this one, and Salah was 50%. So yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm taking that ownership. I mean, it's a toss up. I don't know what their shots on goal. I'm gonna look that up really quick. I don't know what the difference is. Shots on goal per 90. Let me look really quick because that's how I would gauge it. I would say they're pretty equal otherwise. So let's see. Per 90 minutes, non-penalty X goals. Mane actually leads the team.
Oh, okay.
0.5. Salah is at 0.36. If you add on assists, it's Salah 0.72, Mane 0.67.
Yeah,
so there's one.
It's kind of trending towards Mane more so these days.
Yeah. So even with the assists, it's kind of a toss-up. Let's look at shots on target per 90. Diego Jota leads the team at 1.97. So Salah 1.3, Mane 1.25.
Okay.
Shots per 90. Salah 3.13, Mane 3.13.
Okay.
So they're pretty much equal players.
Yeah.
Let me look at their crossing because we got to know that. I don't think either of them are taking crosses in the penalty area. Salah has 7, Mane has 5.
Okay.
Corners. Salah has 0. Mane has 0. Crosses. Mane has 44. Salah has 32.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and like until that, and there's a couple other ones where it's better in Mane's direction. But yeah, if it's a toss up like that, why not just go off ownership? I didn't even think of that.
All things equal, go ownership. Same with we did the same thing with Robertson and TAA before. Remember when?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He was just like, and that's kind of. I mean, it's a system thing. So.
Yeah.
There you go. We learned something.
Now TAA is the guy clearly. So
yes. But today it was about equal.
Out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but yeah, they've got the prices right on those two. They've got the prices where it's like barely different, and their outputs are generally barely different. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. I honestly don't really know how this worked out. Like how I ended up anything above 10, but probably Curtis Jones. Probably because I feel like that's what you can count on Liverpool for is a goal from a midfielder. Like not Thiago. Never Thiago.
No, not Thiago. No.
Yeah, and Wijnaldum, a couple months ago. Curtis Jones seems to be that guy for now. Maybe it'll be someone else eventually. Who knows? But he's good. So
now that you mentioned,
I like him at that price too.
Now that you mentioned that, I want to look at something really quick.
Sure.
Not this.
No. Look at these guys.
All right. Huh. He wasn't even really that forward. I mean, he was at the top of the box a little bit.
Oh, huh. Okay.
But I would like to see kind of where he's at the last couple games.
That is, wow. Yeah, that's definitely a 4,200 guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's punching above it, but that's a heat map of a guy that you're like, oh, we might put it in.
Right.
We'll see.
It's very Gundogan-ish, pre-Kev.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about him.
Okay, we don't have to. We didn't have to this weekend, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
All right, man. Anything else? We're running pretty long here, but anything else you want to say?
I got nothing. I'm trying to take a nap.
Cool.
Actually, I'm not because I got chili coming up for dinner, so nice. I'm getting real fired up.
I'll run and get some Chipotle. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Hey, I think overall we had a pretty nice weekend collectively.
Yeah, nothing too bad. Nothing that like UCL day 2. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
I have no reflections. Serie A.
Yeah, right.
Serie A is a rigged league, but also a bad league. It's not even fun to watch. Well, I don't know if it's fun to watch, but I hate them. So whatever.
It's more fun to watch than La Liga. La Liga is boring as hell.
Okay.
Never I would rather watch children's soccer than La Liga because at least then there's some shenanigans and kids might kick each other in the shins. La Liga's like watching a math equation unfold. Like watching someone do long division. I don't like it.
Yeah, no thanks, man.
Yeah, pass. It's not a beautiful game. It's so technically sound that there's no flair. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
It's probably the most
time elsewhere just to see, but I'll take your word on La Liga because yeah, that sounds cool.
Bundesliga is fun and it's on Fox.
Oh, okay, all right.
And there's a Saturday 9:30 slate every week.
Oh, all right. I always forget about that.
Yeah.
Start watching.
Yeah, it's worth it. And a lot of Americans in Bundesliga. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Matthew Hop. It's 18-year-old kid who's just scoring at will for. God, I'm a bad fan. Is it Hoffenheim? That might be Hoffenheim.
I'm gonna say yes.
Hertha Berlin. I could just Google it.
He's on both.
He's on one of the blue teams.
He's the manager of the one, and he plays on
Schalke, the other blue team.
Schalke, okay.
The team that's going to get relegated and then sell Matthew Hoppy for $20 million, hopefully. But all right, dude.
Yep.
I think that's.
Is there anything going on midweek? Are there games? Is it more Champions League? Do we have anything going on?
I want to say they would run Champions League back, but I actually do not know.
I think they got a couple weeks.
I don't look this far ahead. I just take them as they come.
Right.
I show up to the slate that day.
Right.
And I'm generally worse off for it.
of course. There's Premier League stuff going on midweek.
Is there?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Let's see. March 9th is the next Premier League, or next Champions League, rather.
Okay.
What do we got coming up in the Premier League?
City and Wolves on Tuesday.
Cool. That'll be a fun one to roulette.
Yeah.
Everton,
Burnley, Leicester.
Southampton.
When's
Southampton
that?
Tomorrow?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Burnley, Leicester, Villa, Sheffield.
Wednesday, yeah, that's
Palace.
That's a full slate.
Yeah. Oh boy.
2 games on Thursday, 1 on. All right.
That'll be a fun one.
Yeah, we got plenty. Ooh, good. Spurs have Palace next weekend. Oh, that's what we have coming up. Manchester Derby next Saturday.
Oh, great!
I won about 4 more tickets to that this weekend.
Oh, nice. But that's on Saturday?
I think so.
Sunday.
The 10th? Sunday.
Okay.
Cool. So they're. Wait, did I move that? What am I looking at? I lost the plot.
Yeah, we're just looking at something now. I am. I don't know what you're doing.
I saw Spurs and Palace. Okay, Spurs and Palace are 7th.
It's time to. We got Fulham too on Wednesday or Thursday, which is not as guaranteed as Palace, but it's time to climb out of the bottom, wherever we are on the table.
We got some teams that we can actually show some offense against.
We'll see.
Yeah, try. But
we can show offense.
We could if we wanted to
produce offense. We did it today.
Yes, we did. Mighty Burnley. All right, dude. Let's keep the Spurs vibes.
That's right.
Everybody, if you're still with us at this point, this is the point where if you're still with us, you're a real fan. So you'll get a shirt or something at some point.
A special. We'll do it. Yeah, we should start giving out free cameos to our friends, I guess.
Do we need to hop on Cameo? That'd be great.
We'll just do it for free. We'll just practice. Who cares?
Yeah, dude. We'll talk to your friends about who to play this week, and then you can just like send it to them on a Saturday, and they're like, "Oh wow, it's a cameo. Who are these guys?" That's how we do our previews. All right. Until next time.
Take it easy.